Coverage you can count on. This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 6.
We are dealing with the biggest border crisis since America had borders.
Tonight, Governor Abbott says the state will move forward with efforts to maintain border security. Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Flanked by state lawmakers, including our own from Lubbock, Governor Abbott said today the state will add more barriers and personnel to the Texas-Mexico border.
KCBD News Channel 11's Case Wilbanks is in Eagle Pass. He joined us live with a look at the governor's conference. Case?
Well, Karen and Abner, as we mentioned, the governor teased some sort of border security announcement today, but really that was just an announcement to say that there would be more of the same on behalf of the state when it comes to those border security measures. Abbott did credit those lawmakers that were with him for making resources available for those state resources to carry out, like those barriers we've been talking about, the shipping container, the razor wire, the buoy barriers, and all of that has been set up here at Shelby Park, where we are here in Eagle Pass along the Rio Grande. The governor and lawmakers stood in front of those barriers and with the Texas military members to tout the 39,000 arrests he said have been made by DPS and nearly 500,000 apprehensions and deterrence and turnback efforts by the National Guard. And because of what he believes is success on behalf of the state, including here at Shelby Park with its personnel and barriers, he said to expect to see more along the border beyond the 160 miles he says has already been constructed.
Early on, under the Biden administration, most of the migrants were coming through Texas. The same is true for this area that we gather in right now. If you look at this massive park area, this is an area where you would regularly see 2,000, 3,000, maybe 4,000 people crossing the border illegally. Since this park has been taken over by the National Guard, the daily average is under 10 a day. It shows that deterrence can achieve results at decreasing illegal immigration.
And at this news conference, the chair of appropriations in the House says the state has spent more than $11 billion in just this recent appropriation on border measures. I asked our local representative, Dustin Burrows, about federal legislation that he would welcome from Congress. He says the state should be reimbursed for that money. Now, House Democrats are out with a statement tonight calling today's event at the Border Theater and pointing out that federal legislation, that bipartisan national security bill we've been talking about that was rejected by Republican lawmakers. Now, tonight at 10, we will have some of our conversation with Dustin Burrows as well as a look inside Shelby Park we were let into this afternoon. Karen and Abner.
Thank you, Case. Case Wilbanks reporting live from Eagle Pass. Also at the conference today, state lawmakers celebrated enhanced sentencing for human smugglers. Texas now requires anyone convicted of smuggling immigrants or operating stash houses to serve at least 10 years in state prison. That went into effect this week. Immigration rights activists say it will only put more people in jail, not stop the crime. State Representative Ellen Troxclair, who represents parts of the Hill Country, lists human and drug smuggling as one of the top issues affecting the entire country.
Women who are being trafficked across this border are sold into sex slavery every day and trafficked through the cartel network across our country. And let me make one thing very clear. There is not a single person coming across that is free. Every single one of them is paying a very dear price.
Now, this is a different Senate Bill 4 from Lubbock State Senator Charles Perry's legislation that sparked a lawsuit from the DOJ. He did, however, also co-author this legislation as well.